is Kid Ninja, OJ over here from PlayerEssence, and welcome to the PE Nintendo Switch and Gaming News video. There was just so much info from that NewZ Direct, a lot of great first launching on Nintendo Switch, a lot of great content coming. I talked about what was the most hype in my last video. In the next few videos here, we're going to talk about some of the other games that came to the system, in addition to other stuff that has just been coming, because there's just been so much news, it's been hard to keep up. I was so blown back from that last NewZ Direct. I had to take the nights off, man, because the live stream was just so hyped. So thank you for all the support. Like always, guys, it's been a ton of fun covering Nintendo and other content for you guys. So let's go ahead and keep this train rolling. Steamworld Dig 2 launches September 21st for Nintendo Switch, and it'll come a few days later for PS4 and PC. The trailer teases new worlds, enemies, upgrades, and challenges. Steamworld Dig 2 will launch for the Nintendo Switch on September 21st for $19.99, followed by the PlayStation 4 and PC only a few days later, developer Image and Form announced. The sequel will be playable at PAX West 2017 in Seattle this week. A new trailer teases new worlds, enemies, upgrades, and challenges. A new set of screenshots were also released. And as you're seeing this trailer right here, there is a lot of new stuff that's going into Steamworld Dig 2. What I love the most about it, it seems like they're taking a more refined approach to not just the open world or the open mining area, but making sure that there's enough events and stuff going on in that area. It's not just like, okay, you're digging for materials, then you go back up and spend them. There's actually so much involved, like more involved as far as the structure in the game when you go down in the mine. I love the new character. I think some of the new abilities, the rocket pack, there's going to be a lot of great stuff. And a lot of people were asking me, okay, well, what's this game about? Like, is it like just like a normal 2D platformer? What's it about? And the best way for me to describe it is like a Metroidvania or an Igavania type of game. It is a little bit different in some ways. Obviously, you have the mining, you have the aspect where you can cut out like your own path as far as what you've done in Steamworld Dig 1 a lot. This one, as far as Steamworld Dig 2, definitely more action elements into it, maybe a little bit less random as the first game. But I would say, yeah, the best thing that I can say is Metroidvania. You kind of get some abilities, you get new things, and you can go to certain areas that you weren't able to go to before. You can kind of go back, there's a path, you have like a whole area, labyrinth to discover and explore. So that's the best way that I can describe it. I played Steamworld Dig 1 on the Wii U. I think I also played it on the 3DS when it first launched, and it blew me away. I mean, obviously it's an indie game, it's a smaller title, but they're putting a lot of quality into this product. This isn't just some throwaway title that doesn't have gameplay to match some of the biggest games in the industry, because it does. The ideas in there are absolutely fantastic, and this is a highly anticipated game for many people out there. Steamworld Dig 1 did very well, although the developers did say that, hey, you know, they kind of broke even and did a little bit more, but they want to put a more emphasis and more effort into their next game with Steamworld Dig 2, and they're definitely upping the ante here. So I think this game is going to be successful. Obviously, it's going to come to Nintendo Switch first. I think that's going to be the best platform, obviously, to play it on, because not only is it coming first, but in addition to that, you also have the aspects of portability and also on the console, because this game did start out as a 3DS exclusive at first, so a lot of people remember playing it from the portable side or the portable nature. It even came to the Vita as well. A lot of people really love the Vita version too, so the fact that you're going to have this on the Nintendo Switch is such a great device. It's the perfect device for Steamworld Dig 2, so that's why they were super hyped about the system when we were talking about some of the first developers who got kits and everything. They were hyped about it because they knew that they could create a game that was perfect for the system in terms of their history with Steamworld Dig and what they like to do. So this is great. Obviously, Image and Form, great developer. This game is going to do very well for them, and I really look forward to bringing you guys early coverage, of course, of Steamworld Dig 2 as soon as I get my review copy in, because I'm chopping at the bit to play this one. Alright, and moving on to the next article here. Runner 3 has been delayed to Q1 2018. The Bit Trip Runner 3-quel is no longer planned for a fall release. Now, Runner 3, the third entry in Choice Provisions Bit Trip Runner series, has been delayed from its previously planned fall release window to Q1 2018, the developer has announced. Here is the overview of the game via Choice Provisions. So in Runner 3, the latest entry in the Bit Trip series, follows the continued adventures of Commander Video and all his creepy friends. The Timbalot, is that how you say it? Timbletot is determined as ever to rid the multiverse of all its love and happiness. Commander Video, a lover if ever there were one, refuses to let this happen. He's ready to jump, double jump, wall jump, slide jump, underwear jump, slide kick, float, fly, and dance his way to victory, all across a medley of thrilling, challenging, and joyous levels. Here are some of the key features of the game. The rhythmic music gameplay of Bit Trip Runner and Runner 2 is back and better than ever. Runner 3 introduces several new additions to the series, including hero quests, vehicle sequences, branching paths, an item shop, new collectibles, and more. Defeat the Timbletot and return the multiverse to a place of peace, love, and head cheese. Runner 3 is exclusively planned for the Nintendo Switch, and I also think there's going to be a PC version of the game. And they did say on Twitter that they delayed the game in order to ensure its quality. As you can see here with all the different stuff that they're adding in a lot of different things, guys. The wall jump, you also have the slide jump, a lot of the stuff they've done before in some of the other games, but they're refining it. You can also go not only from left to right, but from right to left. They have vehicle sequences like they said here. The double jump is coming in. There's some different flying sections. There's some of the retro levels. There is a lot of things that's going on with this game, and I can understand why they probably need a little bit more time to refine this one. As many of you guys know, Runner 3 is one of my most anticipated games of the year, or it was one of my most anticipated games of the year. But after some of the announcements that we got, like Dragon Marked for Death, that's coming out this year, I have no problem having that slide to early 2018, and it might even fit that same slot that the original Bit Trip Runner 2 came when that came to the Wii U. It came at such a great time early, I think in 2013. There was really not a lot to play on the Nintendo Wii U when Bit Trip Runner 2 came out, and it absolutely blew me away because that was the game that I really got into. I played the WiiWare ones beforehand, but that Bit Trip Runner 2 was the one that really made me a super fan of Choice Provisions. So back then they were known as Gaijin Games. So yeah, man, I'm excited for this one. That's fine. Take your time refining it. Make sure everything works so well and good, because Bit Trip Runner 2 was super polished, but Bit Trip Runner 3, or it's actually just Runner 3, is so much more, like so much more things being added in. The graphics got another massive bump. So yeah, man, this is looking good. I'm okay with that. The guys over there at Choice Provisions, they're really good. They got a small team, but they got an efficient, hard-working team. So I'm looking forward to what they have to offer in 2018. All right, and moving on to the last article here. Suda51 is teasing No More Heroes, Travis Strikes Again content at PAX West. And I think I'm a little confused. I've seen websites report this as Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes. Then I've also seen No More Heroes, Travis Strikes Again. So I'm not exactly sure which one it is as far as what do you put. Now I put Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes in my video, but maybe it's No More Heroes, Travis Strikes Again. So I'm not sure. Maybe you guys in the chat can clear it up, or maybe I'll just look and see on Grasshopper Manufacturer as far as what they're saying on Twitter or whatever the case is. But yeah, Suda51 did tease some more content as far as Travis Strikes Again and No More Heroes. I'm just going to read it like that because that's how the title has it as far as the logo and everything. This is what Suda had to say via Twitter. Something's coming. Hashtag TSA. Hashtag PAX. And TSA Travis Strikes Again. So it's really interesting about this game because he actually announced the title of it back when the game was first revealed. Like when you first saw that image and it just showed Travis touchdown with his shirt kind of like that, and he had everything. It said Travis Strikes Again. But then they kind of pulled the okie doke because they're like, hey, we don't have a title or anything like that. Yeah, you do. You guys are liars. It was No More Heroes, Travis Strikes Again. And it had it right there on his shirt. They also talked about it a little bit later as well. And that's something totally Suda51 would do. But I think with this game, guys, and they released some art as well, which also looks really cool. I think the reason why people are so excited and hyped up about this game, because there's some people that are like, well, what's this about? What is this? I've never played it. They didn't show any gameplay, so I don't know why people are excited. Well, let me give you a couple of reasons why people like me are excited. So this is the 10th anniversary of No More Heroes when it comes to the franchise. And No More Heroes was originally, I would say, the indie game, or the bigger sized indie game before the indie game really blew up, you know, with the 7th generation or so. It was just Suda51, very small team. He just made a game that he thought was really cool, stylistic. It wasn't going to get a lot of play because of how mature and violent it was as far as the system that it was coming to, but it was very unique because it used the Wii in unique ways as far as motion controls and what you could do holding it up as a speaker. And the gameplay was fun, man, especially if you're a wrestling fan. With action games, you can slash people up and then you can suplex them, you can power bomb. You had all different types of wrestling moves that you could learn and upgrade. There was a bunch of really kind of poorly handled side quests and things in the main game. Some of it was a bit monotonous, but at the same time, it had its charm. The game was just filled with flaws, especially the open world, if you're going to call it that. Just filled with flaws, bad hitboxes or hit detection as far as things go. But when you got to the actual main core of the game, it was just super fun. It was just super fun going through and taking down all the different bosses that they had in the game. You had to go through the ranks, and the humor was amazing and so good. And the voice acting, the English voice acting, all the different voice actors in the game were all really good, especially for that budget of the game. So that's the reason why people are excited. They love the gameplay, they love the style, they love the uniqueness, they love everything. And then when you finally see, after so many years, No More Heroes 2 Desperate Struggle, that came out I think a couple years after No More Heroes 1, so I think 2009 or 2010, one of those two, something like that. So it's been literally like going on a decade now that we haven't seen Travis Touchdown in a brand new game. I mean, we did see No More Heroes Paradise. Yeah, that was 2010. No More Heroes Paradise came out, and that was, you know, HD, but it still just kind of looked at the Wii game as well, just a little bit sharper. But man, people are excited about this because it's being built on state-of-the-art engine with Unreal Engine 4. It's coming exclusively to the Nintendo Switch. You have the Joy-Con controllers, so there's definitely some motion control and stuff that you want to do. Suda51 has said himself that he's looking forward to potentially taking advantage of the controllers in the Nintendo Switch. Plus, you're probably going to have that option for standard controls, just like No More Heroes 2 Desperate Struggle did, which refined the motion controls in addition to adding in regular controls, more moves, and everything. Just refined the whole experience of No More Heroes 1, and that's why people are excited. It's like, man, he's had a whole decade or so since then to really take that and see what he can do, and now you're adding in some different worlds. You have a pretty much Phantom World or whatever the case is, so you can even make it more crazy than No More Heroes was. Like, you can even do more things because it's not really in the real world. You're in this phantom video game, supernatural, to where other things can happen. So imagine the possibilities, the abilities that Travis can gain with this beam katana, and imagine what you can do built in that type of graphics engine and everything. It's just amazing. It's just phenomenal. Your head spins, especially if you played No More Heroes 1 and 2 and all the crazy stuff that you already did in that game. This one just looks to be a lot better. It looks to be more focused as far as what they're doing. There's going to be 6 overworlds that you can tackle, and it's just time, because Suda's just like vision for the game, or as far as what they do, are just so unique. You know that you're in for some crazy ride when you talk about No More Heroes. So that's the reason why people are hyped. That's the reason why I'm hyped for the game, and why I was just, man, this is going to be amazing. So let me know what you guys think about No More Heroes Travis Strikes Again, which I think I'm just going to call it that until I find out otherwise. So let me know what you guys think about that, in addition to all the different news that we had as far as Runner 3 and Steamworld Day 2. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts in the comment section below. Alright guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We've got Facebook, we've got Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. It really helps us spread the content of PlayerEssence across the interwebs, in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon page. Pledge any tier. We're entered to win some awesome prizes each month. In addition to that, we have Discord voice chat and $10 prize eShop tournaments from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Splatoon 2, and more. So support PE Live and PE Arena right here on PlayerEssence. Also, make sure you hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for the latest news, reviews, discussions, and more. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you ninja for the next video. Peace.